So I thought I'd walk through each of the first four adventures to show you just how the Automa plays with each one, just so there's no confusion. I've already uploaded part one or adventure one. I will say since then, Bilbo's deck has changed. Instead of it all being like part one, part two, part three, part four, what I was noticing during playtesting is that it was hard. Sometimes my eyes would look at a different part and I'd be referencing the wrong dice. So to fix that, whenever you're playing an adventure, you're going to turn to your adventure. You're going to get the AI board that matches that adventure that you're playing. And then you're going to take Bilbo's deck. And then up at the top, you can see like this says part one. This says part two, part three, and part four. So you're just going to give that a shuffle. And in this case, we are playing part two. So I'm just going to rotate the deck. So now when I flip cards over, you're going to see the only icons that are face up are the part two ones. All right. So let's give that another quick shuffle. We're going to rotate the deck, and then we'll just place it right here. There are no difficulty setup changes when you're playing with this one. When we were playing on part one, if you were playing on normal or hard, you had to go ahead and fill in these spaces for Bilbo, showing he got a slight head start. But in part two, there's nothing to do during setup. He's going to score a little differently at the end of the game. If he gets the treasure chest, he's instead of scoring 10, he's going to score 5 for easy or 15 for hard. And then when he's calculating his glory points at the end of the game, if you're playing on hard, you're just going to add 8 to that. And if you're playing on easy, you're going to subtract 8 to that. But in this one, we're trying to go from Bag End to Rivendell, and Bilbo will score for the mountains that he touches, the number of swords he has left at the end of the game, the bread that he has left at the end of the game, if he got the treasure chest, any glory points, and then he'll score for dangerous spaces. So every time he walks through a dangerous space, you will mark off the top box here, kind of like we do on ours where we're marking off the leftmost box. His, just for space purposes, his will go from top to bottom. And so let's say he had walked through 2 dangerous spaces, you would mark off the 20 and then the 15, and then whatever is the topmost number showing left at the end of the game, that's how many points he will score. Bilbo can move through trolls. That's how he, I guess, defeats them, thematically. So he can walk through them, and when he walks through them, you'll check to see if you've gotten that troll already, and if not, then he'll get the 3 glory points for it. But he'll mark the trolls if he walks through them, and then based off the number of trolls that he passes through, he will score points. If you see a spot that has a broken sword, Bilbo cannot move through a spot with a broken sword unless he has a sword to discard. And with this scenario, Bilbo has multiple routes, so he won't always take the same route. So when we're flipping over cards for Bilbo, and you're going to see that at the very beginning of the game when he starts his route, when you flip over a card for Bilbo, there's going to be a shape on his card, and either a yellow triangle or a blue diamond. And so let's say Bilbo was right here, and he had 3 movement. He would go 1, discard a sword, and then you would reference his Automa card for that turn, and it says triangle. So if he started his turn right here and had 3 movement, he would go 1, and you can follow these red arrows to say, hey, this option has 2 arrows. That means it has a choice. And so you reference the card. Does he go up towards the troll, or does he go right towards the yellow triangle? And in this case, he's going to go towards the yellow triangle. So he would go 1, he would look for it at his decision tree, go 2. Once again, this spot can either go up or to the right. You're not flipping over a new card for him. He's still looking at that yellow triangle. And so he would go 3. And then you can see on this one, his only option, because he will never backtrack on his path, his only option that you can see here is this red up. So whenever he gains movement next time on a further dice pool, he will move to this space. And then when he gets to this space, you will check to see, okay, does he move up or does he move to the left? Okay, maybe the next time he actually moves to the left, so then he'll come here. And then you can see that this spot does not have an arrow to the left, so he will not move this way. So he'll either move up or to the right, and since he came from this spot, he will simply just move up. So just remember that he will never backtrack on his path, and just use the arrows to help guide you on where Bilbo is going to go. But this will give you a lot of replayability because his path will be different each time you play. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I've reshuffled the deck. I've got my solo Bilbo token. I'm going to go ahead and place it on round 1. And unlike this adventure, where you went first, and then Bilbo on even rounds, Bilbo is going to go first on odd rounds. So he will start the game going first. And if you ever get to 12, you can just move this back to 13. And even though 13 doesn't technically have Bilbo's face next to it, it's an odd round, so he will go first on odd rounds. So, and if you go past 17, which is unlikely, but it could happen, you can just keep moving this down. And just wherever you see Bilbo's face is where he's going to go first for that round. All right, let's get to it. So first things first, we need to roll the dice. And then we're going to reference his deck. Let's move that here so it's in shot. All right, so I have my roast mutton part 2 on the correct side. So we're going to flip this card up. And he wants a sword first. Well, looking at the dice, there are no swords. So then he will move to his next option. So let's just place this here for now. You will only flip 1 card per round. So he will take the hat and we'll remove that and put this in his play area. And then looking at his board, he is going to mark off the leftmost spot on his track. So in this case, he will mark that off. He will gather a sword from the supply, and I just like to put it in this little area because there's some space there. All right, I think I'm going to take the 2-path dice. It's straight, and then I'm going to start my path from here and go 1, 2, and I'm going to gain a sword because I'm going to need them, and I'll put that here at the top. All right, going back to his priority, looking left to right, there are no swords, there are no hats, so he will get a 2-path if there is one. There is one, and if there was, just like before, he would if there's more than 1 2-path dice and they were different shapes, he would break the tie on which one he takes based off this priority. Same for the 1-path shapes. So in this case, he wants a 2-path. There is a 2-path, so he'll take that, put it in his play area. And once again, he doesn't care about the actual shape on this dice. There are 2 paths on it, so he gets 2 advances on his board. And let's look at his card. There's a blue diamond, and that's going to be important. So where does he start? He gets 2 advances. He starts from bag in, and he has, right off the bat, he has a choice. Does he go the longer route but gets a sword, or does he go the shorter route? Well, we saw the blue triangle, so he'll go 1, 2, and that's his turn. All right, I know bread is going to be important just from end of the game scoring. So I'm going to take the 2 bread, get 2 of those, and add it to my supply. Which means Bilbo doesn't have a choice. I don't need to reference the card. He gets 1 advance on his board. So he'll just continue on his merry way. All right, let's go ahead and move to round 2, where I will get to go first, and let's re-roll the dice. The only time you'll shuffle this deck is if the deck runs out, or there's 1 card in the deck that has a reshuffle icon on it. And so at the end of the round, once we pull that card, we would reshuffle this card back into his deck to create a new deck. We don't have to worry about that for right now. Oh, I like the double hats. And I don't think I can allow, oh man, if I give him the double hats, and this is an important part of the strategy, is like, obviously you don't get to flip a card until it is actually Bilbo's first turn. So on odd number rounds, when he goes first, I get to see his strategy, but on even number of rounds, I'm kind of playing blind, which kind of mimics a multiplayer game, where you can see what people are kind of going for, but if they're first player, obviously you have no choice in what they affect, what they pick. If I If I take the 3 and he wants wizard's hats, he's going to get 2 advances on his track, which I know you can't see it because it's off screen, but he's going to get 2 swords, which is really going to help him in this middle section. But I really don't want him advancing 3 spots. So I think I am going to take this 3-path dice, and then I will go, oh man, I guess I will go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to get the sword as I'm going down, but it's a race to get past here so we get that 2 points. All right, let's flip over the top card of his deck. All right, he wants a 2-path. There are no 2 paths. Then he'll take the 3 paths, so he would have taken it, and now he wants hats. So whenever he wants either bread, hats, or swords, he'll always take the dice that has more of it on it. So he will take the 2 hats. He will mark off the 2 leftmost unmarked spots, which means he'll get 2 more swords, add them to his supply. I think I will go ahead and take the hat, and then I'm going to mark off one of these, and the next time I do this, I can get 2 swords. All right, there is no option here for Bilbo because they're both the same, so Bilbo will take 1, and he will advance 1 spot on his track. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take my dice. I will go here. Maybe I can start working and beat him to that. All right, let's move this to round 3. Bilbo is going to go first. We'll take all 5 dice, give them a roll, and then we will flip over the top card from his deck. He wants a 1. There is a 1, so he will take this one, and he will advance once. I'll just continue on his merry way. And I want the 3 path. This works out really well. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm not past the line yet, so I don't get the 2 points, but I do get a sword and a bread. All right, back to his card. He wants a 1 path. There are none. Then he'll take a sword. There is a sword, so he will take the sword. Add 1 to his board. I will take the 2 path that has a little curve in it, and I will go like that. Still not past the line, but at least I can get around this dangerous spot, which means he will take the remaining wizard's hat. He will mark off the rightmost spot, which means he gets to move 1, and then he will move 1. We will advance to round 4 and re-roll the dice. I get to go first this time, which is great, because I'm going to take this 3 path, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and since I cross this line first, I will get that, which means I'll just cross this out on his board. We'll flip over a new card for Bilbo, and he wants a 3 path. There are none, so then he wants a 1 path. There are 2 different ones. Which ones does he take? Well, looking at his shape priority, he wants the cross, so he will take this one, and he will move on his path. I need to start getting some swords, so I'm going to get a sword and add that to mine because I'm going to need them for this area. Looking at his area, he wants another 1 path, so he will take this one and move 1 more. So he will move right here and get a bread. And then I get a bread to end the round. All right, let's move to round 5. Bilbo gets to go first this time. Flip a card. He wants swords. There are swords. He'll take the double sword. He's stealing them all from me. Smart man. Now I know that next he will want a bread, so I could potentially get 2 movements out of this because I know what he's going to go for. So let's do that. So I'm going to take the 3 path, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now when I cross this spot, I have to mark it and discard a sword, which I do have, and then I get a hat. I'm going to mark that and get 2 more swords, add that to my supply. We know Bilbo is going to take that bread, so he'll take that, add another one to his supply. I am going to take this 2 path, and I think I need swords, so I think I'm going to go continue this path just like that and get 2 more swords. That will put me up to 6, and then the only thing Bilbo is left with is a 1 path, so he will advance once on his board. All right, let's move to round 6. I will go first this time. Roll the dice. Oh, there's double swords there. But you know what? I want to... let's 6 swords. Let's take the swords. I'm going to need them. So we're going to take the 2 swords. And then let's flip over a top card from his deck. This is the card that's going to reshuffle the deck, so we won't see these last 2 cards. He wants the 3 path. There are no 3 paths. He will take a 2 path. There are 2 of them, but they're the same, so he will select that die and move twice. And we can see on his card, he wants to move to yellow. So he's going to go 1, 2, and we went all the way to this line because he's trying to go toward the yellow. When he passed this spot, he has to discard a sword. If he can't, then he will not move. Place this in his discard pile for now. I will select this dice, and I think I'm going to go 1, 2, mark these 2 off because I do have the 2 swords to get rid of. Looking at his card, and these are the 2 dice left. He wants a bread. We'll add that to his supply, and he'll take that bread, which means we are left with that path. And so, in order to defeat a troll, we as a player cannot move through them. Bilbo can, but you have to get the 4 swords marked off on each of the sides of them. So I'm going to go 1, 2, mark this. He's not marked off yet. Let me discard my sword before I forget. But if I can get this spot, then he will be marked off. And if I can do that before Bilbo, I will get the 3 points. Moving to round 7, where Bilbo, can't forget, especially not on camera. I'm going to take his deck, make sure they're all facing the right way. All right, shuffle these. Rotate so that roast mutton is top. All right, now let's re-roll dice. Flip over the top card. He wants swords. There are 2 swords. None of them are double, so he'll just take the 1 and add 1 to his supply. So we know that he's going to take that other sword if we don't take it. I have 5, so I think I'm okay for now. So let's take this one, and we're going to mark just like this. I have to get rid of 2 swords, which means I get 3 back. All right, and I've now marked all 4 orthogonal spaces adjacent to this troll. So I'm going to mark that troll, and I'm going to mark this spot. And you don't have to do this, but I like to do it. So I'm going to find that matching troll and just mark this to know that he can't get it. That at least he can't get the glory points. He can still pass through that troll. All right, we know that Bilbo is going to take this sword, add that to his supply. We have the options of these 2 dice. I'm going to take this one and go boom, boom. It's another 2 swords. We're getting low here. I'd like to try to get this treasure chest, but I also need to get this one to get the troll, which means that is the end of the round. Oh, no, sorry. It's not the end of the round. So I will take that one. Bilbo will advance 1. He had already started moving this way, so he will move this way. Get a hat, which is another sword. All right, we will move to round 8. Re-roll the dice. I will go first. And I think I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to go boom, boom, boom. Which means I'm going to get the treasure chest at the end of the game. But I do need some more swords, so that's going to help me get some swords. All right, a 1 path, there are none. Swords, there are none. A 2 path, there is a 2 path. So he will take the 2 path. He goes 1. And then which way does he go? Look at the card. It's a triangle, so he will move here. And he did cross a dangerous space. He also got 2 swords. So I will mark off the topmost box for dangerous space. And again, he is loving the swords. I think I'm going to take the 2 wizard's hats. I'm going to mark off here to get 2 swords. All right, these are the 2 ones left. Looking at his card, it's a 3 path and a bread, so he will take the 3 path. It's not great. I'll go 1. He marked that troll. And then 2, 3. He had to discard 2 swords, but he has lots of them. So we're going to discard these 2 for him. And then that leaves me with the bread. So I will take 1 from the supply, and that gives me 5. We'll move to round 9, where Bilbo's going to go first. Draw the top card. He wants a 3-path. There are no 3 paths. Then 2 paths. There is 1 2-path, so he will advance twice. Plenty of swords. So 1, 2. And discard 2 swords. I still need to get this area over here so I can get this troll. So I guess I will, man, there's not a lot of movement on this. So we'll go there, we'll just do that. And the next turn I can potentially get this one. All right, he wants, there is no 3, there is no 2, so he'll take a hat. A hat allows him to move once, so he'll move once and discard another sword. I will take the 1 path here. I will go like this, and then I will use the hat to mark off a straight up and down so that I can go ahead and defeat this troll. So I'm gonna move up, mark this off, discard a sword, and then yes, that's all 4 orthogonally, which means I want to get this troll as well. But I can see that Bilbo is going to start moving into that 3rd part of the map. So do I want to spend time on this last troll? That's the question. Bilbo will be left with another sword, which is not ideal because at the end of the game, he already has 15 points from those. We drew the card that says to reshuffle, so we'll take the deck, give that a shuffle, move to round 10, which I don't think I did, so hopefully I didn't move the rounds by accident. I will go first this time. So I think we're gonna pick this one and then go boom, boom, discard my second to last sword. He wants a sword. There are no swords. 3-path. There are no 3 paths. 2-path. He will take this one and advance twice. 1, 2. I'm going to take the only movement left, and then I'll just go ahead and skip ahead, and we're both going to get a bread. So I will give 1 to me and 1 to Bilbo. But looking at my path, I still need to use that cross. So let's do the cross here, which unlocks a hat. And then let's cross off this hat to get that shape. And we're gonna go boom, boom. I haven't crossed the line yet, and I have to discard my last sword. So the question is, do I want to move into this section when I only have 1 sword? I don't even have a sword left to do this, so I will need to gain a sword. But I also know that Bilbo is gonna start moving into this last section on his board. And once you move into a new section, you cannot work on a previous section. So decisions. But I don't have any more dice, so let's move to round 11. Bilbo is going to go first. Take all the dice, give them a roll. 3 paths, there are none. 2 paths, there is a 2-path. And he had a triangle on that card. So 2-path, so he'll go 1, discard a sword. And then he said triangle, so he'll move to here. That means he's going to get this 2 points. I am not. Go ahead and mark that off on my board so I don't accidentally give myself those points. And then I think I am going to go for that troll. So I'm going to take this cross, do that. Looking at Bilbo's card, he wants hats next, so he will take a hat. He will get us another sword. Back up to 6. Getting closer to that 9. I think I am going to take the hat. I'm not going to use it as a hat. I'm going to use it as a burglar action to spend any dice to get a sword so I can get that troll. All right, Bilbo's going to take the last 1 movement, and he's moving down his board. All right, let's go to round 12 where I will be first player. Can't forget to shuffle his deck. All right, let's re-roll the 5 dice. All right, let's take this 2-path, mark it off here. Spin this, which means I'm going to get this last troll. So my troll game is doing really well, but he has a head start on me on this 3rd section. Flip over the top card of his deck. He wants a 2-path, so he will take this one. He will go 1, 2, so he's already got 1 mountain, but he did cross over a dangerous space, so now he's down to only 12 points there. And then I need to start moving. So I'm going to hit this cross. I'm going to cross the line, which means I cannot work in this section anymore. I'm now locked in on this section. Bilbo wants 2, then 3. There are none of those. He'll take the hat that's remaining. Add that. Get another sword. That's 7, which leaves me with a sword. That is the end of the round. All right, so moving to round 13. Bilbo will go first. Let's re-roll the dice. Flip over the top card. He wants a 3 there. Thank goodness there are no 3s, so he'll take the 1. Nice. Slow down, Bilbo. He will move through here and get a hat, which means he will mark this off, which means he moves again. I'm not sure I'm going to beat him to the finish line. So let's try to get as much points as we can. So let's hit this 2 path and then go 1, 2 to get 1 mountain. But I did leave him double swords, didn't I? So 3, there are no 3. 1s, there are no more 1s. So then double swords, brutal. 5, 6, 7, that gives him 9. So the good news is that he can get as many more as he wants because he's not going to score any more points, but he's going to score the full 20 points for those swords. All right. I think I have to take this to try to catch up. So then let's, what is that shape? That shape, huh? So I guess it's what, this and this. Maybe I can get 2 more mountains before he finishes. All right, moving to round 14. Oh no, he gets a bread. Sorry, there's 1 left. So that gives him 5. All right, now moving to round 14, where I go first. All right, I gotta take some movement. So we're gonna take this one and go just like this to get my 2nd. Bilbo's gonna flip over the top card of his deck and get another sword. Perfect. I'm gonna take this one to go right around that dangerous spot. And then Bilbo will take the 2, 1. Looking at his card, he wants blue. So he'll move this way towards blue. And that leaves me with a double hat. I'm going to use it for this shape right here, the little L, and go just like this. All right, moving to round 15. Bilbo's gonna go first. Flip over the top card of his deck. He wants a sword. Perfect, slow him down. I will take the double hats. I will mark off these 2 to get those 2 that shape. I will go 1, 2 to get this one. Bilbo will take the 2 path and go 1, 2, and then I get a movement, and then he gets a movement. And I know he's gonna end it if I don't, and the game ends immediately when this happens, so I'm gonna go boom. I'm gonna connect to Rivendell and get the 2 points. All right, so I got full 15. I got all 3 trolls. I got 1, 2, 3. That's 20, that's 60, that's 75. Oh, this is a good game for me. Bread, I had 6, so that's 10. Swords, I had 1, so nothing. I did get the treasure chest. And then counting glory, I had 2. So let's do the 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 10 plus 13 is 23, plus 5 is 28. Oh, wow, I think this is my highest score ever on this one. All right, so that's 103. Whew. All right. All right, Bilbo got 2 mountains. He had 11, so he gets 20. Had 5 bread, so another 10. He did not get the treasure chest. Glory points. I did not get this 2, so 2. So just 2? All right. He gets 8. And then 1 troll is 20. So his total was 80, which is not a bad score at all, but I probably just had my highest ever of 103 on this map. So I'm very proud of that. All right, that is how you play Adventure 2 of There and Back Again. Stay tuned for my next video where we will be going through Adventure number 3.